And hello everybody, welcome back to the channel guys. I hope you're all well guys. This is of course the Sparta Prague 0, Glasgow Rangers 0 live match reaction. Just got finished with the game. As I said, this is straight after the match. Not watched anything back, just straight my thoughts straight after the game. And yeah, an interesting one. Of course, we've come away to Sparta Prague and got a point, and that leaves us with 4 points now after 3 match days in this Europa League group. Now, going into this game, I did feel like we would be favourites. I loved the performance that we put in against Hibernian at the weekend. I really did. I felt like we were fantastic for the full 90 minutes. As I said, scored 4 goals and, of course, kept a clean sheet. And going into this one, I knew that the opposition was going to take a step up, of course. Sparta Prague are a better side than Hibernian. No disrespect to them. They're a good side that have been unbeaten, I think, so far in the Czech League. Their only sort of hiccup being a draw against Slavia Prague in their derby, and then, of course, losing to Real Betis in the Europa League. But apart from that, they're a side that are in really, really good form at the moment and are playing very, very good football. Now, as I said, going into this game, I probably would have thought at least we would probably be dominating it, and I did put us as slight favourites. I did think that would win the game going into it, but my goodness me, was I wrong. Going into the match, at a bare minimum, I would have thought it would at least have been 50-50. Again, how wrong was I? It was literally a backs against the wall job from Rangers in terms of the first half. We were miles off it. Miles off of it. I wasn't even sure what was going on. You could have told me that team was Real Madrid. We couldn't get out our own half. I don't think we even mustered a shot in the first half. I remember towards the end of the first 45 minutes, I remember looking at the match stats. I think we had 1 attempt, and they had about 13. It just goes to show their pure dominance. What I will give credit to, as I said, going forward, our passes were all over the place. We were disjointed. We just couldn't get our own half. We couldn't create anything, and I felt we were really, really poor, especially in that first 45 minutes. Probably the worst I've actually probably seen us play in a very, very long time in terms of being on the ball and trying to create stuff, even added with the sort of Michael Beale reign. But the one thing I will say is Jack Butland to the rescue again. A massive double save in that first half that kept us in it. Again, defensively fairly resolute. We were backs against the wall. We were pinged in our own half, and we managed to keep the score level at 0-0 for some weird reason. I'm not sure how we kept it at 0-0. I really don't know. I think Sparta Prague would be kicking themselves after this game and after that opportunity in the first half to really maybe score about 2, 3, 4 goals and put the game out of sight. But look, despite that, we managed to get to half-time. We managed to keep the score at level. And as I said, a massive shout-out to Jack Butland. A massive save, a couple of saves. And as I said, defensively, the centre-backs did their job. And as I said, we were pinned in, but we managed to keep it 0-0. Now, going into the second half, as I said, in the first half, we had absolutely 0 chances. Literally nothing. We did absolutely nothing throughout the first half. And going into the second half, I felt that Clement needs to do something, needs to change something, and maybe implement something going into it. Again, we did look a little bit better. The second half was a lot better than the first half. Again, I do feel that Sparta Prague still did dominate. And again, we had to be defensively there, and we were, but going up the other end, we started to get a little bit better. You almost felt, Todd Campbell started to play with his flair as well. He looked pretty good at one point, and he almost found a chance through to the strikers, but there was a really good chance from Lammers. Probably should have been putting that one away. And there was a really good chance from Danilo right at the end as well, where he hit the crossbar or kind of hit the goalkeeper and then went off to the crossbar. So we did actually start to threaten, and actually for one moment in time I did think that we could have actually nicked it. But I mean, in terms of a fair result, if I'm actually going to be fair, I probably would say that we're the ones probably walking away from this game probably the happier to get a point. I really don't think we were at the races, especially that first half. And I think the Sparta Prague players, Sparta Prague fans would be going away absolutely raging that they didn't get all 3 points. But having said that, after 3 match days, as I said, the Aris result was disgusting. It was so bad. We can't be losing to a team like Aris, but we did. But after 3 match days, we've currently got 4 points. We've done 2 of those away days. Now we've got 2 big games at Ibrox against Sparta Prague and against Aris. I do expect different games in those ones. And I do also expect 6 points from those matches as well. So we need to be a lot better in those matches going forward. But certainly, the second half was a lot better than the first half. I mean, the first half is probably the worst I've actually seen us play this season. And that's what I'm saying, even under Michael Bill. It's a double-edged sword, though, because, yes, we were playing really bad. Missed passes everywhere, disjointed throughout the whole of the first half. We didn't create anything. As I said, I don't think we had any attempts right at the end. I think Lundstrom managed to register an attempt when he pinged the ball out into the stand somewhere. I don't think it even was a shot on target or was any way near a shot on target. It pinged out there, and I think that counted as an attempt for us at the end of the first half, but I wouldn't have counted it as that. But that first half, in terms of defensively, yes, Jack Butland kept us in it, and he was the star of the show, really, because without him, we probably would have been about 2 or 3 goals down by half-time. I did think the ref made a couple of dodgy decisions throughout the game as well. Again, I'm not going to sit here and blame the ref. We were crap. I'm not going to lie. We got away with one there. But I did think the ref made a few dodgy decisions, just, when we were going forward, and there was bits where I think Dessus had an opportunity where he was in the box and then that boy jumped on the floor. So there were some weird little decisions that he was making. But again, I'm not going to sit here and blame the referee for any of the performances. But look, there's still a lot of work to do for Rangers. There really is. I mean, look, we got a good performance at the weekend against Hibs. It was fantastic. Yes, right, great. But look, we've still got a lot of work to do until we're the finished article. We go again against Hearts. We're still unbeaten under the Clement regime. And actually, if you're looking at it, we got to the Europa League final in 2022, and we actually lost at this stadium 2-0 that year. So it hasn't been a happy hunting ground for us in terms of Prague. I think if you want to look at Celtic as well, I think they lost about 4-1 there as well. So it is a tricky place to go. Remember, I can't remember as well, in the playoff round, Dinamo Zagreb were 4-1 up on them, and they ended up coming back there. So they do make it a bit of a fortress. It is a tough place to go, and maybe looking back at it, you might look and go, wow, actually, that point was massive in terms of how the Europa League group is panning out. So again, I do expect a better performance when we're back at Ibrox again. I really do. I think that we're going to be different. We've got 2 back-to-back home games in the Europa League at Ibrox, and as I said, it's something that it would be different. We should be dominating Ibrox against both Aris and Sparta Prague, which would take us to another 6 points, take us to 10, and probably would get us through and qualify for the next round of the competition. But the other scores throughout the Europa League in our group, of course, Real Betis, of course, did managed to win that game away from home, which leaves them top of the table. Sparta Prague are in currently second, and then we're in third, and then Aris are in fourth. So as things stand, we're in the Conference League spot. However, don't be feared. And don't be alarmed. There's still we've still got 2 massive home games coming up, and you know what Ibrox is like. It's a fortress on those European nights. So certainly one to probably forget in terms of performance. Not entirely that happy, but I think we got away with one. We got a point, and we could have nicked it. We could have nicked it, really, in terms of we could have got a win. It would have been really cheeky, but it is what it is. Take a point, go back to Ibrox, brush yourselves down, get ready for that Hearts game, But guys, do let me know your thoughts on that game down there in the comment section below. What did you think of it? What did you make of it? As I said, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. As I say, get your thoughts down there in the comment section below, and I'll see you all tomorrow in tomorrow's morning video, guys.